Good morning, class. In this video, we're going to look at Primaldraw. And in Primaldraw, we are going to create a grid. This is what we usually start out with in Primaldraw. It's very similar to Sketchbook. However, this works with the vector style graphics. Instead of pixel graphics, this works with mathematics. And so it's a little bit more exact. It works a little bit differently. On the left side, we have a select tool, and all of the tools, if you just hover your mouse over them, on the left hand side, we have an edit tool, we have a pencil, a pen, shape tool like a rectangle or a circle. We also have fonts or text, and you have other functions here like shapes panel, and we have properties panel. Whenever you find out how to use those, we'll use those. But today we're just going to keep it nice and simple on the side here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to create a small grid, okay? And we're going to just open a new file. We're just going to go up to the top here and click new and select new. Now we're going to make sure that our settings are good. So we're going to go to the top here, and we're going to select the gear tool here for settings at the top of the screen here. And we're going to look for color here. Just going to make it like gray. Okay, and save settings. You'll see that there's the settings there. We're also going to look at grid color. And the grid color, we're going to bump up the blue and save that. Okay, you can close that. And now we're going to look at the grid size. Grid size, we're going to make this 60 pixels. So it's going to be a little bit bigger. And I know it may be a little faint on your screen there, but we're going to make that nice and strong here. Now on the right hand side with the properties menu, what we're going to do is we're going to look at outline, okay? And we want this to be a little bit wide. So we're going to go to 4.4 pixels or 4 point, and we want to make this a good dark blue color, okay? What that's going to do is it's going to give us some really strong lines. And we're going to go up to pen tool. And now using the grid that we have here that you guys can see there, we're going to click and then drag straight lines across. Okay. And we're going to make our first lines go 2, 4, 6 squares wide. And we're going to go 2, 4, 6, 8 grids tall. 6 across, 8 tall. Once you've made your rectangle, you can go ahead and now escape on your key, hit escape on your key, and also you can click your pen tool, and then it'll close a shape for you. Okay, so just click on the pen tool again and it'll make the shape for you. Now we're going to insert a grid here, and for this we're going to use the pen again. And what I want to do is I want to make straight lines. And I want to, every time I make a line, I'm just going to click the pen tool again and select back into it to create these really nice straight lines. Click that again. As soon as we find out how to deselect this tool, we'll let you guys know. And so your first grid should be nice and clean and sharp all the way across here. And you want to follow the grid, okay, so that it's nice and straight each time. Later on, we are going to use these grids for some drawing. So it's really important that we practice doing this correctly, making sure our lines are true horizontal lines and that they are following the correct measurements here. The straighter, the better for this, okay? Now we can take this whole thing here by selecting all of it and dragging it. Make sure that it's nice and centered here for yourself. You can also rotate, and you can undo just like we do in Sketchbook. So this is how to create a grid in Primaldraw.